So it's not saying that your books are 100% true that you have with you. Why is there a need for a revelation? So are you going to listen, or are you just going to cry? So give me a logical point why you don't understand. Is it getting hot?
You were so close.
Have you quit? So this is your tactic now. You disagree, and that's your point to move ahead.
The verse says, believe in what I have revealed. What has been revealed?
So everything that God's revealed. Go on, carry on.
No, specifically, he's talking about the Quran. He's adjuring the Jews to believe in the Quran.
Yep.
Believe in what I have revealed, confirming that which is with you.
Yep.
And we already agreed that what is with them are their books, right?
Okay.
So they had their scriptures with them. They had possession. They had their books with them in their possession. Can we agree?
Yep.
All right. And so the Quran says that the books you have with you, the books in your possession, the Quran is confirming those, meaning it's attesting to the truth of those books you have. Not that you had in the past, that you have now. Can we agree?
Okay, so the Quran says, like you just mentioned, so if you are willing to listen, be a bit open-minded, and then you can try to understand my point.
Can
so
we agree
exactly
that that's what it says? That
that's what it says.
All right.
Yeah. That's what it says.
That's all I ask. If we can agree with what it says.
Yeah, 100%. We will never disagree with what the Quran says as a Muslim. Obviously, logically, you have to reason. But from my So the Quran is saying to Christians and Jews that this book, which I'm revealing, confirms what is with you. So just listen to my point. So hopefully you understand. So if I'm talking to Christians and Jews, I'm like, this is the Holy Quran. The opposite of me saying that this confirms what is with you is saying that this goes against your books. So the point here is being made is that this is not an enemy to your books. This confirms the message of your books. So it's not saying that your books are 100% true that you have with you. Why is there a need for a revelation? So are you going to listen, or are you just going to cry? So give me a logical point why you don't understand. Is it getting hot?
You were so close.
Have you quit? So this is your tactic now. You disagree, and that's your point to move ahead. The truth hurts, bro.
You were so close.
I don't know if you can still hear me, because last time you cut me off and I got to a good point.
You were so close. You were so close. You were so close. You see the tears in my eyes? You were so close. So close, man. Do me this favor. Comments are good.
I love how you hang on to this one, every conversation, every point. You always revert back to this, and you always disagree. You always disagree.
It's huge trouble for you guys. It's huge trouble.
It's trouble for people that don't understand.
Let's see. You said that you're not going to disagree with your Quran, with what your Quran says. Would you add to it?
Absolutely not, no.
Would you take away from what it says?
Of course not, yeah.
Okay. Is there any part of the verse, I'm trusting your honesty, is there any part of the verse that says that it's only confirming part of what they have?
So is there any part of the verse that confirms all of what they have?
I'm going to give you another chance to answer my question.
I'm going to give you another chance too. Come on.
If you can't answer the question, if you can't answer the question, then this will be a good day. And I would say,
if I answer the question,
can't come back.
I'll answer the question as long as you let me ask you a question after that.
Got you. Is there any part of the verse that says that it's only confirming part or some or a bit or a piece of what they have with them? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. The Quran says in the verse that it's confirming what they have with them, meaning it's all of what they have, not some of it.
Wait.
All in general.
That's your assumption. Wait. I agreed with your point. I agreed with your point. So my question was, so you're saying it's not part of it, etc. So I agree, right? So my point is, how can you use this verse to claim that the Quran is confirming that everything that is with them is correct? It mentions, it confirms
because it says it's confirming what is with them. It says it's confirming what is with them. That means everything they have with them, the Quran attests to its truthfulness.
Okay.
To say it's some of it or part of it, that would be you adding to the text.
I agree with your point here. So your point is the Quran is confirming. So let's even, okay, I'm going to do what nobody else has done, yeah? Let's grant you the fact that he could be saying that everything that is with you is correct.
No, that's not granted.
No.
Don't grant it to me.
I disagree. But to make my next point, I'd have to be in agreement. so you can understand.
Well,
So
I don't like
I
that.
have,
I want us to solidify what the verse says.
so you're not willing to move on until someone agrees with your point.
Until we solidify the point of what the verse says, because moving on, when you can't even admit what the verse says,
No, I do
point.
admit clearly, like
So you
I said,
admit that what they have with them, the Quran says it's true. What they presently have in their possession, right?
I agree that the Quran says what they have with you. Yeah, it confirms what is with you. So I agree that the Quran says.
So what they have in their possession, the Quran affirms it is true, right?
So so the verse is actually saying, no, I'm going to agree, but you have to agree with the verse, not your reasoning. Sorry, your
So
explanation.
according to the verse, what they have with them is true, correct? What they have in is true, correct?
It is confirming what is with you. Yeah, so I agree.
This is the kind of rhetoric Christian apologists constantly encounter whenever discussing the alleged corruption of the scriptures with Muslims. Muslims often claim that the Bible has been corrupted, yet when challenged to prove that claim from the Quran itself, they run into a serious problem. The Quran repeatedly addresses the Jews and Christians as people who already possessed the scriptures. It commands them to believe in the Quran because it was sent down confirming what was already with them, not replacing it, correcting it, or partially confirming it. For example, Surah 241 says, "Believe in what I have sent down, confirming what is with you." Likewise, Surah 3:3 declares that Allah sent down the Torah and the Gospel before the Quran, and then revealed the Quran, confirming what came before it. The same language is repeated in 546, 548, 692, and 1037. Notice what the Quran never says. It never states that it only confirms part of the previous scriptures while rejecting the rest. The phrase partial confirmation is nowhere to be found in the Quran. That idea is introduced later as an attempt to explain away the many contradictions between the Quran and the Bible. In fact, the Quran goes even further. In Surah 547, Christians are commanded to judge by the Gospel, and in Surah 568, both Jews and Christians are told that they have no true foundation unless they uphold the Torah and the Gospel. If those scriptures had already been corrupted beyond recognition, these commands would make no sense. Why would Allah instruct people to follow books that could no longer be trusted? This is why many Muslims are forced to argue for partial confirmation, not because the Quran teaches it, but because they recognize how often the Quran contradicts the earlier biblical scriptures. The doctrine becomes a theological necessity rather than a Quranic teaching. What do you think about this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy our content and want to support what we do, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. Your support helps us continue producing more content like this. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.